Hello, Collective. This is Rasta Gal, aka Angelic Empress. Welcome you to my channel. I just want to say Wagwan to all my loyal and new subscribers. Thank you for being a part of my self-love journey, healing journey, and letting me be a part of yours. Just thank you for just jumping on this train, on this Rasta Gal Vibe Tribe train. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the ride. Grab your snacks, drinks, whatever you want to take with you on this ride with me, and let's go. As you can see, my cover page there is showing doors. And you know, Collective, that doors is like a portal, you know, metaphorically, but also on a spiritual note. Doors. I don't know. Maybe doors are opening for you, Collective. I'm channeling right now. That's been closed. Doors that is meant for you, Collective. New doors are opening for you. Old doors are closing. Probably people that are from the past, because we're still in Mercury retrograde and the eclipse that is going on. I'm feeling the energy. I don't know about y'all, but man, this Mercury retrograde is a doozer. I am feeling it, Collective. From past energies that still wants to try to knock at your door. They want to, I don't know if you heard that. They want to come in. But I don't know, Collective. I feel like, I know I'm closing doors. And hopefully you are learning lessons and you closing your doors on the past. Period. And they're trying to, these past energies, especially if you know who they are, especially what they are, Lord have mercy, they can be filled with so many things. I'm talking about as in entities, but we'll dive more into that in a bit. But as in like people from your past that's trying to come in, oh, they're not coming in just physically. They're trying to come in spiritually, Collective. Yep, spiritually. And your ancestors and spirit guides see, and they know. And possibly recently you've called judgment on those energies. You've called judgment on whoever that is trying to come into your energy and aura field, let alone your 5D. Invading, being a squatter, trying to be a squatter, trying to invade, maybe have invade. And you call judgment on those energies. These past energies was no bueno. You know that they were no good, Collective. How you know? It's because how they, what is it? The residuals they left behind. It was how they made you felt when they left. And even when they were there, Collective. This can be friend, family, foe, hoe. A close, situationship, a friendship, whatever you calling it. Even in between the connection on the 3D realms that you were connecting with, the energy they made you feel too in their presence was no bueno. You could be seeing, I literally saw this, Collective. Before I go into what I saw, I'm gonna go into my dream and also songs I heard. So I had a dream last night, just a little part I remember. I saw myself either talking to a group of women, or I was talking to, I don't know if I was like on a matchmaker type of dating. What do you call that? Fast dating? I don't know. But it was like more in the ancient time. I felt like I was in an ancient timeline, and I was dating back in those days, and it wasn't called speed dating. And I was I was like in a hole. It looked like a coliseum type of thing, again with the columns, and I was just in a place where back in the days when you watch the movies, the concubines, how the kings and queens had concubines, and their place is very sacred, for women. One thing I do gotta give to back in the days, although the kings had a lot of concubines, and this can be significant, this can be prevalent to my message while I'm saying this, but when it was time to give women their privacy, they really do treat their concubines, or just whoever, as a prince or as a princess. Especially the women, they would keep them separate, from the king or the prince, in their own section. And that's how I felt. I felt like I was in my own section with a whole bunch of women, and we were being just serenade, or was going to be serenade. I was dressed like them, and the loose satin type of clothing, the see-through clothing. And the women, how back in the days they had their hair done up. Like the ones that were meant to be in the castle. They had their hair done up, and they just looked like princesses and queens. I'm dropping my ashes. So yeah, I was waiting, but I was talking to some male, and I don't know if I was blindfolded or they were blindfolded, but I was talking to some female, and then I went to go sit down, and they gave me a glass of wine, and they was like, just sit here, relax. How you go to like a spa? It felt like I was being pampered at like a spa place, but it was more of a place where you would have your fun with the opposite sex, I guess. So it was a place for women to enjoy themselves, and they gave me wine, and I was sitting to the side, and I guess I was waiting for the person they was going to connect me with, the matchmaker type of thing. And when I turned around, I saw a whole bunch of men walking in a line, but it was like they were all scuffled and scruffy. I don't know if they were shackled. I don't know. You know how a queen had her men, a whole bunch of them too, especially if she was a top queen back in the ancient times. I don't know if her servants or her peasants, she would call them. I don't know. I'm sure it's another name for that. But the same for the kings. They had their concubines. Women had their extra on the side. The queens. But yeah, I saw myself sitting, and I was about to drink the wine. I turned around and saw them walking in a line, and I was just like, What type of stuff is this? What kind of category of men did they pick? Like, they look like they came off the streets, like they were bums. I was thinking I was going to be serenaded with a better, you know, kind of men, and that's when I woke up. But I don't know, I just felt like that dream was for not just me, but for the collective, and it reflected on, I don't know, collective, maybe your past connections, that line of men that came through I was explaining, may have not been the stand-up kind of men you wanted to be with. Or for the man, the line of women, just imagine them walking through and they looking all bummy and trashy. It may not have been the women that you thought were classy, you know what I mean, or stand-up kind of women. They wasn't one of a kind. And the same for the men, women. And you probably was like, not reminiscing, but just reflecting on the type of connections you've connected with and how they really show their character. And it really just made you look at them in a different way than what they display, collective. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay. You probably, by just being around these past energies, you're just like, these were freaking sewer maidens. These were freaking sewer males. You know what I mean? That you possibly have connected with. They could dress to the T. They could smell good. You know, they could smell so good. You know what I mean? They could smell right. They can be ripe. You know what I mean? Physically. They can do it all. But their character, collective, their character that they displayed was off. The energy they left you in was off. The energy they left with or without you, the residence they left again was off. And possibly you have distanced yourself, you have cut ties, you have closed the doors. Whoever have left, you have closed the doors. You are closing this toxic cycle. You possibly are realizing that you were in a toxic connection, a toxic cycle. You picking up certain things that they did habit-wise, or you was marrying each other, or they were pretending to marry you because they didn't have no identity. So they were marrying you, or you was possibly marrying them, collective. And you saw that. The men that walked in a line made me felt like there was a ringleader involved in that line. Somebody within that line was the ringleader. To possibly trying to, that has connected with you, collective, or they were involved in possibly a coven, a group, a clique, or this could be just one person alone. That you are thinking about right now, or that you could be connecting with. You know what I mean? Take this message if it resonates with you. I'm still talking about my dream, but I'm channeling. That has possibly connected with you, but all along had intentions. They had motives. All along, that line of men, they wanted to string you along. It could be that line of men, you know what I mean, that I dreamed of. Could have been one person out of there you recognized. I recognized, finally, I saw the energy, I saw the person. I recognized for who they were in my dream. Possibly your eyes within your 5D is being heightened, is being more, it's getting more clearer for you to see. Okay, in your dream you possibly also had, they shapeshift. You had a shapeshifter. A shapeshifter, they possibly are, of course, an energy vampire. You realizing they were a warlock. Definitely a shapeshifter. Collective. That you've connected with. A sign to know that you've connected with a warlock. The strong hold that they have on you, collective, or can have on you, and you just can't put your finger on it of why you keep either thinking about that person, or they're just, I don't know, like they just don't want to let you go. They don't want to leave, collective. Sometimes you may hear their voice in your dreams or just around you on a 3D. You'll hear them. They also could be doing juju, throwing things at you, evil eye, whatever have you. But a stronghold that they want to have on you and don't want to let go. Definitely a warlock. As in a vamp, they want to drain your energy. Warlocks do that too. They want to drain your energy. Vamps drain your energy. For dear life, they want to drain your essence. That goes for warlocks too. Have you in nostalgia, have you reminiscing, have you just in your head 24/7 thoughts of them. That's draining your energy. Vamps don't want you doing anything. Warlocks and vamps just want to have total, complete control over your life and your moves and what you're doing, where you're going, how you're dressing, just from your day to day, night to night. Those are energy and vamp energies and warlock energies. My gosh, collective. They both will try to have sink their teeth in or just have strong grip on you. And you're not yourself. It's like they want you to turn yourself into somebody else, or you end up turning into them. Shapeshifters. I don't know if you have experienced this, collective, but you think about somebody so much that you start imitating them. Again, you take on their habits or their identity, you start imitating them. And you think about them so much to the fact that you're doing things that they do. Mirroring energy. Or you feel yourself turning into something else. And it's not you. It's literally them, collective, and their energy. That is some straight warlock, shape-shifting vamp energy. And I'm sure you possibly can relate. What I'm talking about. Okay. And I'm only talking, collective, from experience. So, my dream, let's get back to that. Again, this could be someone in your past that you've possibly have let go. Again, the doors have closed. And they are thinking about you so much. The shoes is on the other foot. You're not thinking of them. Okay? like I just explained, like you used to. You're not in a daydream no more. Okay, you have cut that energy or tie with God's help to rot it. And now the shoe is on the other foot. They're thinking that way. They're feeling that way. They possibly have did not just juju, but yeah, sex magic on you, love magic, whatever. Possibly they were filled with a lot of entities. Okay. Entities from their lineage, entities from past connections and relationships that they have connected with. Possibly people in their past or maybe of their present that they're connecting with are doing wickedness, witchery, spell work, black magic, mirror magic, sex magic, juju magic on them, and they don't even know. Possibly they know and they're doing it with them. Okay. I'm just throwing out scenarios out there because there's so many things that goes on behind closed doors. Remember, I mentioned doors before. You have closed the door. This could be happening behind closed doors, collective. They don't think you know, but I feel you do, collective. You have closed the door on this serpent that's trying to come in. They want to see some type of crack in your entrance of your door so they can just slither on in. I don't think so. But that's what they want. Because also in my dream, I saw myself talking to somebody else. It switched from that. After I saw the person in the line that finally I was able to see, they couldn't shapeshift. I was able to see who they really were and what energy was in my dream. Walking in a line. So I don't know. They want to be your slave, or they want you to be their slave. Because I felt like they were walking in a line as they were like criminals or something, or slaves, and they were just caught from being outside in a wilderness type of energy I was feeling, or they want to feel when they come back to you, collective. They want to come back with their tail between their knees or their legs, begging, pleading. That's the energy I was feeling. So it switched from that because I was kind of upset when I turned around to see what group of category of men / boys were coming through. And I was just like, oh, hell no. I saw myself working on a project, a switch, my dream. And it showed a door again, maybe twice. And I'm like, what is going on with doors? Again, it's a metaphor. It's a portal of energies wanting to come in, collective. Maybe someone was doing, or could be doing, come in spells or come to me spells type of energy I was feeling in my dream. But I was working again on a project or just doing something for somebody. And the person was directing me, and I think that was a shape-shifting energy, to put my key in a door and to keep it halfway unlocked, because I locked it at first. And they was like, no, keep it just a little crack, just a little unlock. So again, the energies of the past or people of the present that is trying to butter or slither their way in, energetically, spiritually, or physically, back into your world, back into your life, in front of your eyes, in your face, on the 3D. They want to be noticed. They want to come back. And again, collective, if you're on this frequency of just looking forward and moving on with yourself, because they told you to kiss their ass, and you said, okay, kiss mine as well, and you moved forward. Confirmation, and now they're regretting. The energy is regretting, is what it's telling me. People are regretting what they say and how they reacted, and now they want to come back. And if you are like me, you don't get 2, 3, 4, 5 chances. Once or twice. That's it, collective. Maybe 3 times, but that saying, when they do it one time, second time, okay, that's enough, third time, it's on you. So my thing is, they wanted me to leave the door halfway unlocked. Someone wants you to leave your door, your energy, still open, the door cracked for them so they can come in. They want you to, what is that song? It's by Bruno Mars. Leave my door open, I think it's called that. Something about leave your door open, girl. They want you to leave the door open, man. Okay? My gosh. So I think in my dream I still lock the door. And I woke up. So again, doors is very significant in this message. Definitely on the 3D realms, in real life, on these streets, lock your doors, collective. Make sure you check your peepholes before you leave and before you open, okay? But definitely safety precautions, collective, around your surroundings and just where you go and who you're with, who you're letting into your home, from these streets. On a physical note, on these 3D streets. 2, also, who are you letting in your home and your energy or field on a 5D realms? We got to be careful. We definitely got to close these doors, close and eclipse these energies. These energies know they're being eclipsed, and that's why they're still trying to have, their foot in the door before you finally close it. But you've closed in the door, whether their foot's in it or not. You are shutting the door, collective. You're shutting that bad boy, because no good came from their energy and just their presence. No good, collective. I feel like you're shutting the doors on a lot of things for good. You're seeking and looking for new things, new energy. My gosh, you can finally breathe again. You're looking and wanting to experience new things. You see in a sewer thing here. You know who lives in a sewer. You know what lives in a sewer. Again, Soulmates and Soulmates. They could be using, collective, the Soulmates, the mermaid energies, mermaid spirits. Okay. They could be doing that too. I felt the need to say that. I was just picking up a lot of energies. That was my dream I wanted to share with you. Okay, not show you. I can't show you. But yeah, definitely just for you to get the understanding and for you to get a clear picture, vision of what people could be doing behind closed doors. Definitely this wasn't my dream, my fantasy. This wasn't my energy. I already confirmed that. This was energy of the collective. This was energy of my past. This was energy possibly of your past coming into your energy or field. Okay, this was their fantasy. This was their dream. Wasn't mine. Hell no. Wasn't my energy, collective. Someone really think that you're waiting on them, that you're thinking about them. I don't know, collective, are you? Okay. Remember I said, are you reflecting? That's a big difference to reminiscing. Okay, reflecting and reminiscing is 2 different things. Okay, so they're thinking you're reminiscing, and this could be their energy. They're reminiscing, collective, especially if you have turned your back, you have walked away, you have closed the door, you have locked it. They're reminiscing, and they're feeling again the residuals of your energy. But by them thinking about you, reminiscing so much, of course, you're going to be feeling, their energy as well. What lives in a sewer? Of course, rats. snakes, fakes, you know what I mean? It could be lizards in there, definitely cockroaches, you know what I mean? Just a lot of energy, dirtiness that lives down there in the sewer. And this is the energy you've possibly have felt that this person have left, or people have left, group, a coven, clique have left. These are the energy and entities that they are carrying, that they don't realize that they have left, or that they give off to people, collective. These are people that have unhealed energies. They have not at all tapped into their shadow work. They have no idea possibly what that is, but they may have heard about it. They know they're unhealed. They know they're full of traumas. They know they're full of drama. They know that they are damaging. They were damaging to your energy and aura field, collective. They know that they are damaged goods. They know that they are deranged. Again, dirty. And they could be, I'm sure, demonic, collective. These were unsettled energies you possibly have felt when they were around you. And the character they displayed, collective, from the mind games to the loose screws that they displayed they have, when their tricks caught up to them, when you picked up on their trades and their tricks, because they were being clowns and they were thinking you were a kid, collective. You finally realize, or you've been realized, that's why the doors was shut, you close it. You told them to go take that somewhere else where there's more trixies that they can play with. That's dipsies. They can just go and take that for the streets and to the streets with those type of people, with that type of energy, because it's not for you. You've probably found out, collective, and you've confronted them. You know, you confronted them on their tricks of the trade. You confronted them on the things that they were hiding behind closed doors. You confronted them of being liars, cheaters, again, snakes. A womanizer or a man-eater. You confronted them because they were trying to be saints in front of your face. They were trying to play like they were on your side. They were trying to play on your heartstrings. When they were all along the devil's spawn or the diva's spawns, collective. Nothing but his children. You picked up on that energy because of the attachments that they came with, collective, that was wicked and full of darkness. You've possibly picked up on that. My gosh, collective. We're like onions. Okay, you could be any color onion, you know, that you can picture yourself, but everybody's not perfect. You know, our shit do stink, you know what I mean? And that's why we peel back the layers of ourselves to cleanse that energy, to fix that energy, to just peel back layers that's no longer serving us, collective. Peel back layers to find ourselves. Peel back layers to heal ourselves. Peel back layers to show ourselves forgiveness, kindness, love. Peel back our layers to, again, forgive ourselves. Forgive others, collective. Because we're not saints either. When you can do that, you being this onion, and you can peel back layers, recognizing your fuck ups, recognizing that you played a part, you know what I mean, for a higher purpose, or you played a part at that time and you served your purpose, and it's no more. And you continue to peel back your layers to find yourself, to heal yourself again. That's growth, okay? You're discovering your true self. You're discovering who you are. But when you have other onions that want to continue just to, the covers that we unveil and that we peel off, they don't. They want to keep it on them and keep that odor inside of them and keep, my gosh, collective, everything they have hid or hide in those layers. They don't want to unveil the funk. They don't want to unveil the dirtiness. They don't want to unveil the wickedness, the darkness. They don't want to unveil the shadow work. That's again, no bueno, collective. These were energies that, again, from in my dream, they were casting illusions. Because that wasn't my energy. So that dream was, or whoever energy that was, especially of my past or of my present, they were casting illusions. They were trying to fulfill a fantasy, wanted me to be in that fantasy. Possibly you're dreaming of other people's energy and they want you to be a part of their fantasy. Casting illusions. You're wondering, how did you get here? You know, you're in your dream and you having your own dream and it switches to something else. Someone else's energy, because they're thinking so heavily on you, so heavy on you. How did I get here? Is what you're saying. After you've closed the doors. After you have literally prayed to God to get, you know, out of that energy, or that energy to get from you. These are energies, again, that are being eclipsed. I know you get tired of hearing that, but it's constant. It's always constant of people being eclipsed. We're removing ourselves. We're peeling our layers to reveal ourselves and to just work on ourselves. We're also peeling the layers of others that tries to hide themselves. We reveal their mask and we move on with ourselves afterwards, because we realize me and their energy is not matching. Me and their fragrance is not matching. Our bios, you know, it's just not connecting. Our mind, our intellect is not connecting. Our energy or spirit is not connecting. Either like it used to, or just it never was supposed to connect, collective. These are energies that are trying to come back. And they're being debunked. They are being evicted. These squatter energies are being eclipsed. Because these were nothing but dirty sewer maidens and men in your energy. My gosh. Whew. Collective. You're possibly at this point of focusing on your bag. You're like fed up. You're just so tired. And this may relate to some that's feeling this way. You're so tired of these energies. You're so tired. So you're focusing really on yourself. And I feel like when you go through something like this, or when I go through something like this, again, it helps you to tap back into yourself. It helps you to tap and get in tune with loving yourself even deeper. Like you're really peeling the layers and going in yourself, like you will go in an onion. And you know, collective, just this onion's like a metaphorically type of figure I'm using regarding us. When you finally go in and you cook that onion, you finally go in and heal. Of course, onion is a healing herb. We all can be a healing source, a healing energy towards each other or just towards ourselves, because a lot of people don't deserve your healing herbs, your healing essence, your healing energy. A lot of people don't deserve that. They can't handle that. They misuse that. They abuse that. But you are a healing source. You are a healing energy. You are a healing herb, collective. You being this onion. What do onions do? They heal you. They heal that inflammation. They heal the sickness. And if you love onions, they taste pretty damn good, collective. It is a healing herb, collective. So when we go within, deep inside, we are healing ourselves. Continuously healing ourselves. These energies want your healing. These energies want to drain your healing essence. They want to drain and be in your essence. Like, what the fuck? Collective. They got the game or just life fucked up. When you move forward, yes, that's going to be an energy that they're going to miss. That's going to be an energy that they're going to wish they would have treated, cared for, was nice and just respectful to, and you know what I mean? My gosh, collective. They cherished. But a lot of people don't deserve, again, your softness. They don't deserve just your presence and essence. Because a lot of people is raised differently. A lot of people's characters are just so different. And especially how they were raised. If they were raised in a rough surrounding environment, you don't have to become that. You're not a product of your environment and just who and what you're raised around, you know, especially if you've done a healing. But if people have not done a healing and they've been raised around a lot of toxicity, they have not done their shadow work, and they still are a product of their past, they're a product of their trauma, their environment, how they were raised, they're not going to know how to treat you, collective. And y'all both could have connected on a trauma type of bond, some way, somehow. You know, the energies I connect with or the energies you connect with, collective, because we're all a collective. I'm throwing myself in there along with you too. Still, there has to be some healing done within me, within us, for us to course correct what we attract and who we attract, collective. And I feel sometimes, even when we do all as much as we can healing, and we work on ourselves and we love ourselves, and it definitely displays on the surface on these streets because of what we attract. I feel sometimes the test still comes through to see if you really are who you say you are, if you really have healed, if you really truly love yourself. There's always a snake. There's always a caca, a roach. There's always a rat. There's always a devil spawn or diva that will still come through and try to tempt you. There will always be a sore maiden or a sore man that will try to come through. And I just heard Drake. I'm telling you, these energies is not good. The feeling I just got from that song and just this message I'm delivering. What they want to do when they come through may not be good. It may not be good. I'm talking about not just on a physical note, on a spiritual note, collective. Sometimes the past comes back to destroy. Okay, that's why it's called the past. And even in the present time, you know, if you have split, dismissed, debunked, cut, you have closed the door. With a text, they want to come through with a text. They want to come through in person, or they want to come with some urgency. Again, not for good intentions, not for good motives. Sometimes that energy wants to come back just to prove to themselves and to their egos that they can get you back, that they are still the woman, they're still the man, and you still are in need. They want to feel needed. You have boosted their ego. I told you, is what they'll say. They wanted me back. They'll say to their friends, their foes, their hoes, their concubines, whoever and whatever, their family. That all along can become their ops. But anyway, they're your ops as well. But yeah, puff up their chests. Stroke their hair, their nerves, to say, yeah, they're still desperate. They're still thirsty for me, collective. It's what they're probably saying to themselves and to others. Because, again, when you close the door on the past and you take that energy back, you take them back, I don't know, I just feel like they are filled with more, 7 times more of the trauma, the drama, the toxic energy that they were filled with before that made you close the door. They will be filled with even more. Like never before, collective. I've seen it happen. And my connections, I saw it happen in other people's connections. And it may not be the case. Sometimes it works out, but 9 times out of 10, it doesn't, collective. I feel. Okay. I could be wrong. You can comment that down below. If you have seen things change, you know what I mean? But like I said, when people show you the first time, 2 times, don't make it 3. Try not to. That is dumb, collective. That is dumb. My gosh. If you found out that they are a liar, obviously they are a thief. Okay? Obviously, if they are a cheater, a liar, they are a thief, collective. Because they thief your time. They wasted your energy. They wasted the precious moments that y'all shared. They wasted you because they didn't cherish and value you. They disrespected you because they're a liar. And they thieved your energy to give it to the next Dipsy Trixie out there that is down for OPP and everybody. That is duck sucking everybody. They're not the only one that they're being duck sucked. That Dipsy Trixie is doing that to the whole community. And the guy could be out there mad dogging hoes and Trixie Dipsies out there unprotected. You don't want that energy, collective. And then when they split, or just something happens where they split due to a false pregnancy or a close or a pregnancy, whether it's theirs or not, or some type of case, then they want to come back to your place, to your energy. They expect you to open your door. They can go back to the OPPs, Dipsy Trixies, and go mad dog and duck, suck all they want, but not with you, collective. In the sewer. They can go and do that in the sewer juice. Gross. Oh my gosh, collective. These energies is full of sewer juice. Sewer energies. And they're all down with OPP. These weird ass sickos. I'm telling you, collective. Mercury retrograde is just, people are just full of themselves, full of the sewer juices, and it's just disgusting. I'm telling it like it is. That is actually one of the signs I saw today, and I was holding back on giving this message because I was just like so tired and done with this energy, but I have to transmute it. I literally saw that sign. I was watching a commercial, and I know that wasn't on a commercial. I know. That was my ancestors telling me I need to talk. I need to transmute this damn energy. I literally saw in a commercial, it said, tell it like it is. I said, oh, okay. I will. Collective, you could be seeing number synchronicities, because this is what I seen. 666. After I seen 666 on a license plate, guess what I saw afterwards, collective? I saw like a, I saw like a another license plate, but it was in the front of the car, not the back where I saw 666 from another vehicle. And it showed hell. It was all color plated of the flames and everything, and it said hell. I said, oh my gosh, nothing but the devil energies around, and just the devil spawn and diva spawns going around, just running rampant, collective. My gosh, coming from the sewer and whatever and wherever, running rampant, because you have cut your energy. We have a lot of people that's closing doors and cutting energies because of this portal that is going on. Okay? This is the time. It's like 12:01. I'm still talking. This is March the 31st. Oh no, we're in April 1st. Yeah, they were running rampant, collective. You've possibly picked up on the energies because the veil is thin. These energies are trying to just stick around, latch on, trying to still put their foot in between the door and have it crack for you to leave it open for them to still come through. And you are closing the damn bitches. You're closing these doors, collective. You are closing your energy. They're going back to where they came from. When I saw that, I said, my gosh. Beastly energies. But that was also telling me, okay, look from a higher perspective. Get your mind right. And things will be balanced for you. Once you get your mind right and get yourself right, I felt like the energies were telling me, the universe was telling me, the balance, the scales will be balanced. Especially if you got yourself right, collective, the scales will be balanced. Karma is coming around to pay people a visit. Especially if you have learned your lesson. You don't want to be keeping your door open to receive karma from your past people and also present that you have cut off. They got karma to pay. You don't want to be beside them, paying it along with them. Collective. Have you learned from your karmic lessons? Is what I'm saying. I felt that's what the universe was showing me, and I'm sharing with you. I also saw 411. I've been seeing that a lot. So I'm dropping some gems here. I'm dropping some knowledge here, collective. From my testimony, sharing with you. What's the 411, hun? Yes, they want to come through saying, what's the 411, hun? Because you got it going on. What's the 411? There's no 411 at my place, at your place, collective. They better go wrap that that Mary J. Blige 411 to somebody else on the streets. I also saw 444. So you are being protected, collective. Focus on your home. Focus on what matters and who matters the most. And again, you're being protected. If you have moved away and you're just trying to and is looking for new things and bettering yourself. You know, you're seeing a brighter day when you wake up. And when you go to bed at night, you're knowing that you're loved, you know, by the higher realms, and you're safe. And you deserve to be loved. You could be seeing 444. You could be seeing 333. I've seen that too. The heavenly realms, as well as your spiritual family that is serving your highest good is helping you. The ascended masters is there helping you. This may not pertain to everybody. Everybody may not be going through this or be seeing this. But for those that have seen number synchronicities like this, that's what that could mean. The 333 can also mean a third-party energy. Okay? Outside negative, karmic, toxic ass influences. That's what it means in the tarot realms as well, or tarot world. So you still, again, got to watch and protect and preserve your damn peace and energy. I also saw 999. Things are ending. Things are being closed. Things have closed. I kept talking about doors and portals. You have closed your doors. I hope you have closed your legs, collective. We are portals, women, girls, hopefully 18 and older. We are portals. We can't be letting these beastly, demonic devil spawns and diva spawns connect to us. They can't come to and through our portals, and that's what they was trying to do, and they just can't come. No. You have shut that door. You have locked, you have bolted the doors, collective. Again, these are energies that was wishing ill on your downfall. Men or women. These are energies that had you on their altars, wishing on your ill and downfall. Men and women. These are energies that went after Pekingese. Usually you hear Pygmishas. I call them Pekingese because they're childish energies. Lustful, greedy, materialistic bastards. Energies of sons and of the daughters of the devil. No loyalty. These are energies that went after the flesh, collective. They got you fucked up. They got me fucked up. Not like that. But I'm telling you, there's no loyalty in their bones, in their mind, in their spirit. Do they even have a soul or spirit? They done sold their self to the spawns. They're part of the hell. Confirmation. I literally saw the license plate. I told you, collective. Back to back. Seeing 66 and then that. The hell's plate. Come on, collective. What the freak? Weird ass sicko energies. You know, after I woke up from having those two dreams, I literally heard Kendrick Lamar's song. That's why I said no loyalty. Collective, you have loyalty in your DNA. They don't. And there was a part I heard. I don't know his lyrics from, back to back, but I heard when he talked about, I have poison, something in my DNA. He be saying some raw, real things. Some good, some bad. But I heard that part when I woke up. And I was like, yes, these energies are just polluted of sewer juice. They're polluted of poison. Collective. You can't trust a big butt and a smile. You can't trust a devil dick and a smile. Demonic energies. Yes, I said it. They want to bind themselves to you. And it is no joke. This spiritual warfare is no joke. The spiritual things that goes on behind closed doors or under the sewer door is no joke. And these energies are trying to come back with vengeance. But I tell you, who has vengeance? Especially when you come up against innocent bystander, innocent people, children of God, especially people that want to do good and have done good, and they have loyalty inside their DNA, compared to they connecting with someone of the opposite that has no loyalty, don't even know the word and what it means to be loyal. You come up against someone that has loyalty in their DNA, royalty in their DNA, especially, but definitely loyalty. God is going to come down with some vengeance. That spiritual family and backing or ranking that person may have, the other opposite didn't know. Maybe the demonic energy knew, that's using them as a host because they're soulless. But by them thinking on a surface level and seeing you on a surface 3D level on these streets, but your higher self is picking up things and you're seeing and knowing through premonition, through foresight, through dreams. Your higher self is seeing that demonic energy that they're carrying, that they're filled with, that beastly energy. God is going to come down with vengeance. Your ancestors and spirit guides, the supernatural, paranormal things will occur for the opposite person that has tried to bind or attack, try to have a stronghold on you, collective. Speaking from experience. Your ancestors in spiritual realms, the heavenly army that you carry, is going to come down with vengeance, because vengeance is God's. It is the Lord's. It's not yours, collective. As you move forward, that is victory right there, because you're able to move on with your life. And it's crazy because mother foes don't know what they got until it's gone. That could be on your end, or that could definitely be on their end. When you move forward, I'm talking about moving on with a new mindset and a new energy in a new way. It makes them mad, and it gives them a disadvantage of connecting back with you because you've completely disengaged, collective. You have no interest. You're disgraced. You're disgusted. You're disappointed. All the D's. It was no good deed. Came from that energy in that person. Especially if you did good deeds, collective. My gosh. I'm telling you, your higher realms, your ancestors, that was warning you to move on, move forward. Because that energy or entity, or whatever they're covered and filled with, the higher realms see that, if you didn't see it at first. And it was no good from the jump, no good from the start. Possibly you have seen it already, but you still tested the sewer waters. You didn't know it was sewer water until you got stuck in it, but you tested the waters at first. And it just left you with a dissatisfying taste in your mouth, a dissatisfying feeling, collective. Yes, that was the energy that is just filled with sewer, with sewage. Collective. I'm telling it like it is. I just know that definitely divine intervention is occurring. Karmic lessons have been served, or it is being served, especially when you move out the way. You got to move out the way, collective. You got to move out the way. People are receiving what they dished out. I don't care if they're doing it behind closed doors, under the sewer. I don't care if they're doing it under their covers, in someone else's house, if they're going into the woods. Again, if they're doing it in their closets, doing it under the bed, people having wicked altars upon you, with you on there, doing things with, voodoo dolls, or just whatever they're doing. Just know that everything people are doing behind the scenes, you will either be shown, your higher realms or your spiritual family will show you, or they will see it. And people are going to get punished. People are possibly facing karma and punishment now. Not only you called divine intervention, you called on judgment to be served, possibly, or judgment is being served currently, now, upon your enemies, upon people that want to give you the evil eye, upon people that have you on their altars, upon people that is filled with entities and want to leave residents, the residuals around you. These energies is being sent back to where they came from, to purgatory. Or they will be. Especially when you remove yourself. Justice is being served. The scales have to balance themselves, collective. My gosh. You're not wasting your time anymore. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully you got there. You realizing yourself, you realizing your worth, you realizing you deserve more, you need more, you will receive more. Remember, I told you I saw 444. Okay? Also 666. Those numbers, especially, you know what I mean, when you're aware, you're awakened, you're enlightened, especially the 666. Of course, in a word, it's showing the beastly number. And then for me to see 999, so you switch those, the ups, and you know what I mean, you could switch the 6 to make it look like a 9. But that's what that was telling me. Change your mindset, change your energy, and things have to be balanced. But also things have to end to be balanced. And you're protected. You need to pour the love into yourself and into others that will pour back into you. You're protected. Focus on your home life. Focus on yourself. Focus on getting that bag. Focus on improving yourself. Bettering yourself. And you're protected by the heavenly realms. I seen 333. They gave me the 411 today. I've been seeing that for a week now. 411. I wasn't going to give this message again because I'm kind of moving forward with my life, whether I express it or not, but I'm tired. I know y'all are tired, collective, of these energies, but we got to keep moving forward, but we also got to keep pressing on, and we got to keep fighting. You are a soldier, you are a warrior, and we don't give up. We got to continue to heal our hearts and have that mindset, that 666. You know, when you look at it in another higher perspective, knowing that there is no greater goal than to love. Forgive that past energy. Forgive the present energy. And you move on with your life. You tell that energy or those people, whatever it is, move on with your life. And I'll do the same. These energies gotta let go. These sewer energies gotta let go at some time, some point. And I feel that when they don't, that's when divine intervention comes through. Come through. Divine intervention. Come through. Divine justice. Come serve that karma. Especially when you finally have closed the door. You have put the nail in the coffin. It is done. It is a done deal. There's no more deals. There's no more games to be played. You see through the illusions. I had another dream. I'm going to share this with you and the songs, and then I'm going to go. I felt like this was maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Remember the movie Inception? Which is one of my favorite movies. I saw myself expressing what I was going through in a dream to someone I knew, but I was still sleeping. I thought I was already awake, collective. After I realized that, I woke up and I was like, I was still sleeping. And I was just like, this is not the first time that happened to me. So I feel like when I have dreams like that, definitely, my gosh, I don't know if you know you're still dreaming, because I thought I was already awake. It felt so real, as though I was already up talking about it, but I was still in a sleep state. I was still dreaming. Sometimes, again, I feel like I don't know. I don't know. It could be of monitoring energies, wanting to see if you're going to spill the beans, like just tell something that they want to hear or want to know, you know, of what you already experience in your 5D or just in your 3D world. And they want to hear it. They want to know. That's how I feel, because it's like an echoing energy, like an echoing of the dream. You're repeating it. Is how I feel when I went through something like that. And it's been a while. So when that occurred, I was just like, wow. It was like Inception. And then it switched to, I was able to stop my dream. It switched to something else where I was able to stop the characters that were playing in my dream and erase their head. It was so weird, like an eraser, and draw something else, or just erase their top part of their body. And then when I was coming to another character in my dream and I was about to say something to them, they stopped me from saying something to them. It was so weird. Collective, I've been having some crazy ass dreams. I don't know about you, but I'm sure you probably have as well. You can comment that down below. I can agree, or whatever, I can relate to the dreams. It's just sometimes the dreams can be uncalled for, but definitely, I don't know, I feel like when you have dreams like that, you gotta be careful just what you say in your dreams. Sometimes, of course, because of the monitoring. The songs that I heard. I heard Rick James. That one song, I Want to Be With You. I want to be with you. Yeah. Oh, I know that was off. Girl, I'd rather be with you. These energies. And I can go on with that chorus, but I'm not. They want to be with you whenever and whenever. They want to just be around you and be in your energy and just be with you. And again, you're like, most of y'all, this may not pertain, or I could speak for everybody. You may go back to that present person or to the past. But for those that can relate, you don't want to go back. You don't want to go back. These energies are calling you back, want you to come back. They're realizing the grass wasn't greener on the other side. They're realizing that tricksy, dipsy chick or hoe or foe wasn't all cracked up to be, and they want to come back to you. They're realizing that Demon D or Diva P wasn't cracked up to what it was all supposed to be. They're realizing they connected with a sewer maiden or with a sewer men. They're not cracked up to all they supposed to be. They're full of sewer. They kind of, what is it? A day late, dollar short, collective. It's kind of too late. They didn't make the cut. You already exit out of the way. Your ancestor spirit guide is saying they didn't make it, collective. My gosh. The other song I heard was it's of course, again, Kendrick Lamar, DNA. And then I heard a reggae song. And again, I'll have all these down below. But he said, I'm leaving, yes I am, gonna walk away from love. Before breaks my heart, I'm leaving, yes I am. So I know it's from an old song that he was singing from, like a classic song, but it was a reggae, person singing it. So again, just his lyrics and how he expressed how he felt, in regards to him expressing how someone made him felt, was deep. And again, that's how I was expressing how these past or present energies possibly have made you felt. So definitely listen to that reggae one, collective. This is possibly how the man felt with a female or with a man, or the female felt with a man or a female. Take this however it may resonate. That was my message, collective. My gosh, it took a lot for me to deliver this, because I was just going to let it go and let it flow. I still am. But again, I felt I needed to transmute this energy. I needed to get it out to whomever can relate and need to hear it. So definitely send this to others. If you can relate, definitely give me thumbs up, subscribe, like, and share this message. And collective, again, continue to close those doors and keep them locked. Keep them doors locked. Them damn doors locked. Okay? Spiritually as well as physically. Because they're not going to mean you any good. The past people and energy, they mean you well. Alright? And let karma take care of, that energy. Okay? As you exit out and walk into new energy, new mindset, just new type of way of thinking, feeling, being, living, collective. Again, and continue working on your heart and healing. Thank you so much for listening to this message. Hope you can vibe with it. Hope it healed you. It awakened your consciousness and awareness. It also exposed the energies that needed to be exposed. Not to be judged, but for it to be healed, collective, for this energy to be revealed, to be healed, and for people's highest good. Okay, continue to peel the layers off of you, collective. Loosen your energy, get that heavy weight off of you, peel the layers. Again, working on yourself, for sure, and grow. Heal and grow and evolve. Thank you so much again. Stay tuned for more messages. This is Rasta Gal, aka Angelic Empress. See you when I see you. Take care of yourself, for sure, and peace.